This is EMS TV and you are watching EMS English News, and here are today's top stories. Education reform activist and environmentalist Sonam Wangchuk, who had been on a hunger strike for 21 days at Delhi's Jantar Mantar, was taken to Safdarjung Hospital by Delhi police on Saturday morning after concern over his health. The action triggered protest at the site, with supporters alleging that police used force while removing him. Some protesters who claimed that students were manhandled during the operation, although there has been no official confirmation of a lathi charge. Following the incident, Cockroach Janata Party founder Abhijit Dipke began a hunger strike at Jantar Mantar. Dipke alleged that police abused Wangchuk, dragged him to the hospital against his will, and assaulted protesters. He also claimed that he was manhandled during the operation and demanded the resignation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Police have not yet publicly responded to these allegations. Wangchuk has been protesting over the paper leak issue and demanding the resignation of Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. His health had reportedly deteriorated in recent days. The Supreme Court has said that calling people second-class passengers is wrong. The court said the term second class should describe the railway coach, not the passenger. The observation came while hearing a train accident compensation case. The court set aside the earlier decision of the Madhya Pradesh High Court and the Railway Claims Tribunal. It ordered the railways to pay Rs 8 lakh compensation to the family of a man who died in a train accident nearly 10 years ago. The court said compensation cannot be denied only because the victim's ticket was not found. The amount must be paid within 4 weeks. A major furnace blast at a sponge iron factory in Jamuria West Bardhaman district of West Bengal left at least 5 workers seriously injured. The explosion occurred late Friday night and was followed by a fire inside the factory. Police and fire department teams rushed to the spot and launched rescue operations. The injured workers have been admitted to nearby hospitals for treatment. Officials said it is still unclear if more people were near the furnace during the blast. Local residents claim that several workers may still be missing, while the investigation and search operation continue. NEET UG 2026 results show a major shift in India's medical education landscape. OBC candidates emerged as the largest group among successful students. While they made up 41.8% of total registrations, their share among qualified candidates rose to 45.7%, meaning nearly every second successful student belonged to the OBC category. Around 20 lakhs students appeared for the exam and 11.21 lakhs qualified for medical and allied courses. The number of successful SC and EWS candidates also increased significantly. Notably, for the first time since 2021, no students achieved a perfect score of 720. India is set to create history as Hyderabad-based Skyroot Aerospace launches the country's first private orbital rocket Vikram-1 today. The launch is scheduled for 11:30 am for the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. The rocket will carry several payloads into a 450-kilometer low Earth orbit under Mission Agaman. Among the payloads are gold memorials of famous Indian scientists Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Sir C.V. Raman. Skyroot had earlier launched the Vikram S suborbital rocket in 2022. Today's mission is an important milestone for India's growing private space industry. The conflict between the United States and Iran is becoming more serious. Iran Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has claimed that 2 oil tankers caught fire after hitting sea mines in the Strait of Hormuz. However, the US Central Command rejected the claims and called it false. Meanwhile, the US carried out airstrikes on Iran for the 7th consecutive night. According to the CENTCOM, the attacks targeted military bases, weapons storage sites and naval facilities in several Iranian cities. Iran has also warned that if the United States launches a ground attack, it could enter Kuwait and Bahrain and target American military bases there, raising fear of a wider regional conflict. Pakistan has started the process of giving Gilgit-Baltistan the status of its fifth province. The Gilgit-Baltistan Assembly has unanimously passed a resolution asking the federal government to amend the constitution. The proposal seeks equal constitutional, political and democratic rights for the people of the region. It also demands representation in Pakistan National Assembly, Senate and other federal institutions. The resolution was signed by the Chief Minister, Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Opposition Leader and independent members. It will now be sent to Pakistan's parliament for approval. India considered Gilgit-Baltistan part of the larger Jammu and Kashmir region under Pakistan's illegal occupation. The stage is set for the FIFA World Cup 2026 final. Defending champions Argentina will face Spain on July 20th at 12:30 am Indian Standard Time. After 102 matches over 31 days, the tournament has reached its biggest game. Lionel Messi has been Argentina's star performer with 8 goals, while Spain's goalkeeper Unai Simon has impressed by conceding only 1 goal in the tournament. Argentina is aiming to win back-to-back World Cup titles, while Spain is looking to lift the trophy for the first time since 2010. Football fans around the world are eagerly waiting for this blockbuster final. Heavy rain is expected in many parts of India. The India Meteorological Department has issued a rain alert for all 75 districts of Uttar Pradesh. Rising water levels in the Ganga River have forced officials to shift the venue of the famous Ganga Aarti in Varanasi. In Madhya Pradesh, rain is likely in 44 districts, including Bhopal and Indore. Meanwhile, Rajasthan has received 21% less rainfall than normal this monsoon season. In Arunachal Pradesh, continuous rain has caused floods and landslides in 35 villages, affecting more than 1.13 lakhs people. Rescue teams remain on alert. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.